The drama in Willowbrook Estates began when the stubborn HOA president, Cordelia, decided at any cost to break the agricultural buffer of the Thornfield farm to build her commercial empire, plunging the entire community into a mire of corruption from which there seemed no return. Bulldozers arrived first, clearing land, followed by zoning complaints, false inspections, forged notices, and every deceitful tactic a greedy administrator could imagine. Yet Jeb Thornfield never gave up. He had not just the rights to his 80-year-old farm but also the dream of his late mother, Martha, alive in every inch of that soil. As Cordelia tried to manipulate media and county officials, Jeb's team, historian and librarian Mrs. Brewster, regulatory expert Harold Puckett, and retired accountant Derek Hutchinson, slowly uncovered the web of corruption hidden beneath years of illegal approvals and construction. The turning point came when Derek attended a suspicious midnight HOA meeting and saw the financial statements, magically inflated revenues, vanished expenses, doctored debt figures, photocopied county seals, and computer-generated signatures so obvious that any trained accountant would struggle to keep a straight face. Cross-referencing these numbers with banking records revealed a shocking truth. Midwest shopping centers had secretly paid Cordelia $500,000 in facilitation fees, routed through her husband's law firm, entirely bypassing the HOA. This discovery was a devastating piece of evidence, and Jeb immediately scheduled a press conference. Panicking, Cordelia launched a series of reckless countermeasures: illegal 24/7 construction, forged police reports, fake permits, manipulated county records, and even hiring private investigators to surveil Jeb, Derek, Mrs. Brewster, and others. Each attempt to hide her wrongdoing only accelerated her exposure, as satellite imagery captured the systematic destruction of wetlands and agricultural buffers. On the day of the press conference, over 200 supporters gathered outside the courthouse, flanked by news cameras and reporters from multiple states. Jeb presented the full timeline of corruption, from bulldozers to forged permits, exposing every fraudulent step with irrefutable evidence. Camera shutters clicked, news vans beeped, and residents listened in stunned silence as Jeb laid bare the schemes that had siphoned HOA funds for Cordelia's personal greed. At precisely 10:47 a.m., federal EPA agents arrived in black SUVs with warrants. Construction halted immediately, records were seized, and the federal crackdown on Cordelia's network began. Media outlets hailed this as the largest rural corruption scandal in Missouri history. The real spectacle, however, occurred that afternoon at the emergency HOA meeting. The community hall was packed beyond capacity, residents lined up outside the windows, and Cordelia arrived in sunglasses like a collapsing celebrity avoiding paparazzi. The moment Derek laid out the truth, $1.8 million in hidden debt, tripled HOA fees, and the $500,000 secret payment, the room erupted. Residents realized they had been funding Cordelia's personal vendetta while facing financial strain themselves. Harold Puckett then placed the original development agreement on the table, revealing the agricultural buffer clause. Violation of this clause triggered a $3.1 million fine, an immediate bankruptcy for the HOA and personal liability for board members. Cordelia's facade of control crumbled. At that moment, Sheriff Randy Coleman and federal agents entered, handcuffing Cordelia and David Petton for fraud, racketeering, environmental crimes, and conspiracy. Cameras flashed, the crowd cheered, and Willowbrook's darkest chapter came to a dramatic close. Federal prosecutors moved swiftly. Cordelia received 18 months in federal prison and $2.1 million in restitution. David lost his law license and served 2 years for conspiracy and witness intimidation. The commercial developer went bankrupt under $5.7 million in environmental fines. Derek emerged as the community hero, leading a reformed HOA that implemented transparent governance and normalized fees. The agricultural buffer penalties funded the Martha Thornfield Agricultural Heritage Scholarship, supporting students from farming families. Wetlands were restored, heritage corn replanted, and a new oak tree planted where Martha's beloved tree had been destroyed, a symbol of rebirth and hope. Today, Willowbrook and the Thornfield farm flourish side by side. Harvest festivals unite farmers and suburban families, transparency prevents corruption, and Jeb watches each sunrise, reminded that some battles are fought not only for one's land but for future generations. Jeb even teases the audience with another story, a city councilman who tried to seize a neighbor's waterfront property, ending in underwater cameras, a fake environmental study, and a dramatic courtroom twist, but that tale awaits the next video. He invites viewers to share their HOA nightmares, because real community forms when people stand together, learn from each other, and fight corruption collectively. Every neighborhood has its secrets, and every Karen leaves her mark. If you love true HOA stories like this, make sure to watch more on our channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life neighborhood drama. Thank you.